July 29th, 1588, the English Channel. A wall of Spanish ships rounds the coast of Cornwall. 130 hulls, 2,400 guns, 26,000 soldiers, all locked in a perfect crescent 2 miles wide. King Philip II calls it the great and most fortunate navy. He is half right. It is definitely large, because in 7 days, the man commanding this fleet will write one sentence in his log that historians will never be able to explain. What if a U.S. destroyer fought the Spanish Armada? England is having the worst summer in her history. Her navy is smaller. Her guns are lighter. Her gunpowder will last about one honest afternoon of fighting. After that, the official backup plan is harsh language. Sir Francis Drake's raiders sting the Spanish flanks and sink almost nothing. It's gravel thrown at a parade. The Armada isn't even the real threat. It's the taxi. The Crescent exists to protect troop transports. The plan is to sail to Flanders, pick up 27,000 of the most feared veterans in Europe, and ferry the whole invasion onto English beaches. Waiting to stop them at Tilbury, farmers, pikes, and one very good speech from Queen Elizabeth. If Spain lands, England falls in weeks. That was the actual historical situation. But this summer, there is one extra ship in the Channel. 90 miles west of the Armada sits a gray hull with no sails, no oars, and no patience. USS Jack H. Lucas, DDG-125, a Flight III Arleigh Burke destroyer from the year 2023. She's named after a 17-year-old Marine who jumped on 2 grenades and lived. The ship has the same attitude. Her Spy 6 radar is built to track ballistic missiles in space. Today it gets pointed at wooden boats. Her 5-inch deck gun throws a 70-pound shell 13 nautical miles. That number matters because a Spanish lookout's horizon is about 10. Below deck sit 96 vertical launch cells full of guided missiles. Any one of them is worth more than Philip's flagship. The Navy bought 96, and in the hangar sits an MH-60R Seahawk helicopter. Spain does not have a word for helicopter. Spain does not have a word for most of this ship. July 31st. Morning. In the Lucas's Combat Center, the entire Armada appears on one screen. 130 clean dots. Spy 6 doesn't just see the fleet. It reads it. Hull size, speed, position in the formation. In seconds, the computer sorts the warships from the troop transports. Philip spent 3 years and a national bankruptcy building this formation. The computer files it under targets and moves on. At the center of the crescent sails the fleet commander, the Duke of Medina Sidonia. He gets seasick. He told the king this in writing before the invasion. He was made admiral anyway. Spanish HR was having a decade. The Lucas's captain makes the one decision that ends the war before it starts. Ignore the warships. Sink the ride. No transports, no landing, no invasion. Afternoon. The first shell arrives from the one place nobody is watching. Nowhere. A troop transport in the heart of the crescent bursts open at the waterline. Then a second, then a third. The gun doing this reloads itself and fires 20 rounds a minute. Spain's finest crews manage one shot every 5 minutes. Spanish lookouts sweep the horizon. Empty. They sweep the sky. Empty. They check with the priests. The priests are also checking. Spain's entire naval doctrine is fire one broadside, close in, board, and let the infantry sort it out. Their cannons are doorbells. You knock once, then everyone goes inside. Except there is no door. There is no anything. There is just the sea, calmly deleting their fleet one hull at a time. Vice Admiral Recalde, Spain's best sailor, does what brave men do. He peels off with 4 galleons and charges the gunfire. There is no gunfire to charge. The Lucas is 12 miles past his horizon, watching his hero moment on a screen and moving. 4 galleons spend the afternoon hunting empty water at 4 knots. It's the naval version of chasing a laser pointer. Medina Sidonia signals the crescent to tighten up for protection. This packs the transports closer together. 12 miles away, the fire control computer sends its regards. The Seahawk lifts off. It hangs off the Armada's flank, higher than anything Spain has ever built can reach, and starts calling corrections onto every splash. A lookout on the flagship reports a huge gray bird that hovers without flapping. He is relieved of duty and given water. The gunfire goes from accurate to surgical. Rudders, water lines, powder stores. And here's the thing about a crescent. It only works if every ship holds its exact station. By afternoon, holding station means sailing politely toward the thing that's killing you. so nobody holds anything. History needed 8 burning fire ships and a midnight panic to break this formation. The Lucas does it before dinner, with a gun crew standing in air conditioning. 130 ships become 130 individual prayers. Behind them, Drake's captains watch galleons burst apart with no one near them. They conclude that God is significantly more Protestant than previously reported. The sun goes down. In 1588, darkness ends every naval battle. Fleets drift apart, patch holes, pray, and start again at dawn. Night is the one ally every sailor gets for free. SPY-6 does not know what night is. And tonight the missile cells open. On a black sea, a hatch snaps back and a tomahawk climbs out on a column of fire. Then another, then 4 more. For the first time in 3 days, the Spanish can see the thing that is killing them. This does not help. From the Armada's decks, it looks like comets rising out of the ocean. In 1588, a comet is a personal message from God. For once, the theology is roughly accurate. The streaks tip over, drop to the wavetops, and vanish into the dark. Minutes pass. Nothing. Then, the great galleons, the fighting corps the Lucas had been politely ignoring, begin to erupt. Not leak, not burn, erupt. 1,000 pounds of explosive walks through a wooden hull and finds the powder magazine every single time. The effect on the fleet is not tactical. It is biblical. Crews stop bailing and start confessing. Veterans of Lepanto, men who have seen everything the sea can do, hide below decks from the sky. The priests run out of Latin. By midnight, ships are hauling down their crusade banners, in case the sky is checking. On the flagship, Medina Sidonia calls a council of war. His captains offer theories: a new English gun, a Dutch trick, divine punishment for somebody's sins. Several names are suggested. Nobody says the true thing, because the true thing sounds insane. Something past the horizon can see them, and they will never, ever see it. The council votes to run. The fleet runs north, the only direction the fire never comes from. Somewhere north of Scotland, in a cabin tilting with the swell, Medina Sidonia opens his log. He has to explain this to his king. He writes the only true sentence he has left: "We were defeated by cannon fire from an empty sea." Weeks later, the report reaches Philip II, the man who planned a naval invasion from a desk 900 miles from saltwater, by mail. Ships that sailed, 130. Ships that returned, roughly half, most of them sinking on arrival. English coastline sighted by the army, never. Enemy vessels engaged, none identified. Cause of defeat, no survivor can describe it. Philip reads it twice and blames the wind. England mints a medal that says, "God blew, and they were scattered. One destroyer, one empty horizon." Could anything afloat in 1588 have touched her? Tell me below. Thanks for watching.